All right. Let's get everything going for tonight. Hope everyone's having a good night. I'm doing okay. Feeling good, feeling great. One word, four letters. Yeet. Shout out to Jay Uso. Shout out to Jay Uso. I like Jay Uso. I like Jay Uso. I'm not sure. I'm not watching wrestling week to week. I'm not gonna lie. I check out the big events, and I do watch clips and memes and stuff. So I know a general of what's going on, but I'm not quite following it. But I kind of am. I am, but I'm not. But you know what I mean. Midcore. Shout out to Midcore. Got a lot of real life stuff going on. We're not reviewing F1, so I got to edit these other platforms. So I'm kind of rambling as I do that, kind of vamping for myself. Appreciate you being here, Tom Jensen. So far, you're the only notification that's going out. I need a recommendation on a VPN. Hey, Boosh. She got the real life stuff. Have a headache. Oh, man, I'm sorry about that, Tom. Want to chat? I don't. Yeah, oh man, I don't mind it, but there's a few things I guess we could talk about. Diddy stuff, the stuff, but I really rather not chat. And that's not a knock on you. You're dope. It's dope talking to people, but I just hate. I think because I did so much of it when I first started streaming with people, I get more anxiety streaming with people than not now. Some people are very like, oh man, it's great to have people on because it helps and you don't have to do all the work, which I understand that too, because Lord knows I can fall out of topics and lose momentum just like everybody else. But I just get so interactive. I like having like, that's why I thought about like setting up callers for like you just, because people, a bunch of people have lines. All right, I can set up a line and talk, but I was like, do I really want to do that? So yeah, but man, I appreciate you thinking about me though. Headache sucks. Major surgery in a couple months. Man, good luck with that. Good luck, man. That's tough. I gotta get my health. I gotta go to the doctor. I've been fucking delaying. I've been delaying going to see somebody for the longest, and I just gotta fucking do it. And I'm sitting here trying to how the fuck can I edit this damn stream on fucking Kick? But yeah, it does suck. I hope both of you guys get better. And yeah, it's been cool, but it's just like it's not my preferred way of streaming. And if I get a little bit of like prep time, I can like, okay, this day I could do it, and I can kind of get myself mentally into it. I get myself mentally even into these streams, so it's like, man, it's too much change, man. Too much change. I could maybe set a date aside. One thing I could do, I will say this: set a day aside for another multi-stream, and then just like, all right, on this date, anybody can stream. Maybe when I release the album or the EP, I keep saying album, it's an EP. I took songs off it. It was going to be an album, but now it's just an EP. Yeah, I gotta get my blood pressure, blood sugar, everything test, and it's not going to be good. Yeah, you're 100% right. It's not going to be good. I gotta get my blood sugar, weight, everything. I can check my weight, but I get everything tested. Everything. Everything tested, and my mother has dementia. Jesus, slowly dying from pain. I'm sorry for that, Tom. I'm sorry for that. I know. I think you mentioned Mama J, and I should take care of her. So yeah, prayers for that, man. Yeah, beats are supposed to help. Yeah, I got no, I ain't gonna break the home scale. I can get it because the home scales. It would take a lot to break. I'm not that big. I'm still pretty big, but I'm not that big. But yeah, I gotta go see a primary. And now my fucking shit is gonna change. I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take to kick in. I've had insurance for years. Now it's changing, and because I'm in a weird situation. I'm kind of switching jobs basically. But so over the next few weeks, well, basically I got a new job, so it's gonna take a while for that insurance to kick in. I should be telling my whole business, but I still can't fucking edit this fucking stream. So if you do watch on Kick, well, nobody's even gonna fucking watch on Kick, but it's just the ghetto-ness of it. It bothers me. Finally, what the fuck was that? So what I did an F1 review that basically just turned into a casual on Sunday. Yeah, you're right. I gotta see a doctor. I gotta see a fucking doctor. See a primary doctor. Get an eye doctor. Get the checkup. It's been a minute to get checkup. Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got too much size on me. I got a lot of size on me. But to be sad, and I didn't think I would, but there are people bigger than me, and that's kind of crazy when I see people. Cause I'm pretty fucking big, honestly, and I got to get this weight down. But I'm not like Dave Blunt's big, but I'm still fucking big, and but no, he's too much. I can't even say I'm close, but I do got a huge gut, and I got to get it down. And then my I got to go to the doctor. I'm gonna stop talking about my health, at least for now. We got a lot, Guess the Diddy stuff, which we kind of predicted, right? All they really proved that he was into some freaky shit, so they got him for prostitution. But it didn't sound like a criminal organization. I wonder why. Probably the same reason Miss Maxwell was charged with trafficking to no one. They didn't even want the evidence to appear. So they said, fuck it, let's just get him. But they haven't let him home yet. We'll see how much time he gets for prostitution in New York. Essentially, all they've said is he's guilty of soliciting male and female prostitutes. When Justin Bieber said he wasn't going to testify and it didn't seem like they were going to compel him in any way, I pretty much said, okay, well, what's going to happen with this case? Because his testimony will be the testimony. Like, if he would have testified in this case and told the absolute truth of what we all pretty sure happened, that would have been horrific. You gotta, man, y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist. You gotta wonder if somebody said, hey, bro, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go on stage and tell everybody what happened. That's not what you're going to do. That's not what you're going to do. We're going to get Diddy for a couple charges, give him a couple years, he'll be out. And nobody's going to know any of the crazy shit that they're not supposed to know. And we're going to go about our business. Because there were a lot more rumors than what he's gotten charged with. And what was brought into court, by the way. Just a lot of celebrity names, a lot of freaky stuff. Doesn't look like he's the best human, because there's some assault stuff. Him maybe trying to murder. There's maybe, I don't know what the hell happened. Poor Kid Cudi was definitely attempted to kill him. Shit. But it definitely looks like a wipe job to me, man. He ain't going to pump ass prison. He'll go to jail. Yeah, he'll go to a jail. He'll go to Club Fed. He'll go to a penthouse. You know what I'm saying? For a few months or a few years, whatever they tell him. Johnson & Johnson, the golden ticket. Now all the powerful people who was at the free cost is the golden ticket. When don't nobody want your client list to leak, it might as well be the Epstein client list. They'll let us know like some bullshit ass celebrities went, but they're not gonna let us know none of the high profile motherfuckers that went and all the real shit that was going on. Shit, they still going back and forth. Jay-Z and what's this lawyer? Tony Busby are going back and forth over the alleged VMA shit, where allegedly back in 2000, a young girl who was allegedly 13 was driven to a VMA party for Puffy and Jay-Z. Allegedly. So, but that case is going back and forth. Jay-Z countersued, but I think his countersuit has been thrown out of court. I don't know what's going on. They're probably just squashing all this shit. That's what it looks like is happening. They're just squashing all this shit and moving on because they don't want anyone to be implicated. That's what it just seems like to me with this Diddy thing. Like, hey, 6 foot 250. I mean, some people are 6 foot 250 and they look like super jacked, but you're saying it's the opposite. Got shoulders and arms, legs. Oh, your legs are ripped off. Maybe you are super jacked, but you got a gut. Maybe you're like muscle fat though. Like you're still super jacked. Said, hey, Papa Cotton to politics. Hey, Cotton, appreciate Cotton being here. Awesome defensive attorneys. Yeah, it seems like that's the guy now. And he has time served. Buy stock in baby oil. You know what? I did buy stock in Palantir. Full disclosure. I know that's like evil, but like I'm gonna start buying stock that's backed by. I'm gonna start buying stock that federals buy. If I can't stop this shit, I'm profit off of it. Fuck, what the fuck am I do? But yeah, he ain't gonna go to pump ass prison. He'll live better than most humans on the earth. Yeah, what happened is there was never a RICO case, and I said this. We watched the video. He claimed otherwise, but it was like, okay, RICO is for criminal organizations. In order to incarcerate Diddy, they probably had to incriminate some other people who they didn't want to incriminate. That is what my logic has been dictating to me. And so that's what I think happened, listless. Yeah, there were lawyers saying that, but I think they were wrong. They were wrong because, again, it's just not typical for a RICO case to be so flimsy. You basically only prove that he's a weirdo who likes prostitutes. It would be the same as saying Freeway Rick Ross smoked some weed, therefore he's a drug lord. It's like, that's not why you get somebody. You get somebody like, no, we have this distribution network of where his drugs went and how the whole process is. And so anything they did goes to him because he's the leader of this network. That's how RICOs work. This was just because they didn't, again, if for the RICO, you would have to say, well, he had clients. And what were these clients? Who were these clients and what were they doing? And those questions, the same way you ask who was on these flight logs and then lists, and you never know, it's the same answers. Who was Diddy's clients? Who were else doing all the extra freaky things? Not just baby oil, ha ha ha. Who were the motherfuckers doing it? Either quid pro quo, meaning they were moving and grooving deals. Some just record deals. Some maybe others because of how high profile the client might be. And deals were getting made. All sorts of stuff was going down. And was it the crazy stuff? And was it the youth? Because it seems like a lot of youth were involved. We know Bieber when he was young, but he didn't testify. I told you a rumor about one girl. There's been rumors about other youthful people being around him. What's the guy's name? Not this doesn't go with Diddy, but the same with Jay-Z, who seems to, I don't know how he has escaped all the scrutiny when his name is on this stuff as much as anyone. But I think it was Larry Johnson, former running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. And why is that relevant? He used to be on Rock Nation. He was one of the early athletes on Rock Nation. And because he was a dog back in the day, back in 2000s. And he recalls just being at like some function with Jay-Z, and real late in the function, a bunch of kids showed up. And he didn't, it was around the time he was leaving, but he didn't understand, like, why are all these kids showing up? And he said he didn't really see anything, but it was also just weird that it's like 11:30 and groups of kids just showed up. And he just left whatever function he was at. That's what I'm trying not to embellish the story. That's just his recollection. My recollection of his recollection. You could go up, look at Larry Johnson. It should still be on the internet. Maybe I can even find it. But he was a Jay-Z client. He said, Weird stuff like that. But none of that stuff came in court. That's not what was presented to court. So I don't know. I'm just a guy on the internet. Hey, listen to the SDI Soros. SDNY Soros judge dismissed the worst charges. There was too many people who didn't want the list of clients there and didn't want them in jail. As long as he shut up, they was going to give him time served for the bullshit. Kevin Hart said there will be no after party this year. The crowd was disappointed. A lot of people were at those parties. Yep, that was a joke, but it was serious. Kevin Hart said there would be no after parties. The crowd was disappointed. They liked these parties. They liked the freakiness. To what extent they liked them, I couldn't tell you. I'm not saying everybody in Hollywood you ever know is a pizza addict, but some of them do like pizza. And if they don't like pizza, they just like booty, that's on them too. But everybody likes these. They don't care, though. They're just debauched at best. And some of this is ritualistic and even crazier than that. Not to go super. I mean, this ain't even conspiracy theory. This shit's confirmed now. I'm not the only one saying this shit. But these are weird sick fucks. And there's a lot of them doing this. Michael Rubin's doing it now, allegedly, and no one says anything about him. Maybe in 10 years he'll get a trial he'll get off of. I don't know. Pause. But, there was a lot of different clients, and their names ain't going to get released. Hey, your Forbidden Ruin again. And Brandon Hallam. And why not profit off of it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. EV Empire. Oh, man, thanks, Boosh. Fangilani. Because I have, which, I mean, you will get early videos. You'll be getting early videos for my sports stuff. That's what's currently. Because I'm releasing a breakdown of each team. We already got 2 up. The Lions and the Bears. Packers next, then Vikings. And then we're going to the AFC South. And then we'll have the Texans. And then, I don't know what order, but then obviously Colts, Jags, and the Tennessee Titans, who I think might be a surprise team that no one's paying attention to. Not enough to get to the playoffs, but I think the Tennessee Titans, spoiler for next week, are going to be in the middle of the pack where a lot of people might think they're lower in the pack. And give teams some scares. But they're not going to be already there. I was on the flight law. Now you can never charge me for anything. Basically, or you had a bunch of clients on the flight log. It's the same list. They were flying back from Diddy. When they came back to America, they crashed out at a Diddy party after they came from the island. They come from the island to the Diddy party and back and forth. You're straight off the island doing the same stuff. Said the jury full of SJ. I didn't pay attention to the jury. Okay, I don't think that was it. I think it had a lot more to do with those clients than anything. Diddy paying for the hoes? They didn't prove. They were not able to prove he was profiting. They were not able to. So did they overcharge? But they had to overcharge. It's just I mean, for what they presented, all they presented, he just pays for hoes and he's as freaky party. That's all they presented. I still believe there's more evidence, but they didn't want it to come out, and nobody wanted to testify. Nobody young said, "Hey, he did this to me." Nobody applied to, "Hey, he forced me to do this because of some record." No one did that. No one said he had a habit of doing these sort of things. So none of that shit happened. Just baby oil and booty and pissing in each other's mouths. That's not that's not illegal, man. I mean, I'm surprised they even got the prostitution charge. Because, I mean, shit, at this rate, you can charge pretty much everybody in half of America right now for prostitution on some level. Because there's a lot of people just openly tricking right now. And nothing on Cassie stuff. There's a video of him hitting her. That's probably already the abuse. That was years ago. That was 2016. What's the statute of limitations on domestic abuse? You got the dates wrong. Says she's an addict with a bad memory. On the stand, man. That's yeah, you ain't gonna convict. I knew when what's his name when Bieber said he wasn't gonna testify, and that was like, oh, they can't compel him in any way. They can't subpoena him. There's nothing. There's no. Well, then I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Oh, you're talking about the baby oil investing. Yeah, I don't know if baby oil is going to go up. I guess it might. He had supporters outside pouring baby oil on themselves. Replayed the Monday Night Football Seahawks and Lions. That's pretty cool. Didn't realize a free NFL channel. Oh, that's cool. I got to check that out. It's on Samsung. I wonder if Roku has it. That's what One Witness went missing and scared him straight. Was that shit? I didn't keep up with the day-to-day. I kept up with a little bit at the beginning. I felt so one of witnesses went missing. Somebody did not want the information to get out. Nothing came up in court. This was we're having witnesses' eyes wide shut. Hoes mad that he's gonna be out, man. I think something happened. Statute of limitations of assault. I don't know. I think, listen, a lot of powerful people did some really freaky things at these parties, and they don't want you to know about it. So they was gonna let people. They was gonna suppress the shit out of this, man. Fifth Amendment can't compel witness test for a shitload of reason. That's what I was thinking is the fifth. Plead the fifth. I mean, if you plead the fifth, there's nothing they can say. So that's that. It's incredibly scummy, but this is the world. I mean, this is America. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the world we live in. People get killed. If you say something about a certain, I feel like, man, listen, with some of the stuff I've said on this platform, I'd much rather them take my shit down than, like, if I said this with like 50,000 people, some of the stuff I've said to y'all casually that we all know and talk about with like 50,000 people in the chat, I would have problems in my real life. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the blessings of having a small channel. I would have problems just by saying Hitlery's name. I don't even think I can say Hitlery. If there was 7 people, if it's 70,000 people right here, and I had millions of subscribers, they wouldn't let me say that shit. It would be like, hey, somebody's got to see you, because if you're going to keep saying this shit, you know what I mean, you're not going to make it, basically. So that's the type of world we've been living in, man. There's certain islands you can't talk about. There's certain gates you can't talk about. There's certain drips you can't talk about. And that's really what the world is. Sometimes they'll let Alex Jones say some of the shit, some of the time, just to save face on some controlled opposition type shit. Hey, Zombie Man, appreciate you being here. But fifth, not only self-incrimination, not incriminating for another person through, right? See, I'm not sure. You guys know more than me. Zombie saying, hey, Boosh, Casey not going to come outside. Oh, Cassie not going to come outside the next 20 years. Her husband's a trooper. Her husband's a trooper. Plus, people were going missing. Nobody wanted to deal with that. Everybody just wanted that to go away. Not us, but everyone involved with that wanted it to just go away. And that's it. And plus, aren't they signing all sorts of crazy acts while this is going on? While Iran is what's it called, the Lunch Act or some shit? Some weird act on top of the big whatever bill. They're just taking away our liberties and rights every fucking day. Both sides. That link you drop is something you're working on for someone? Okay, dope. Yeah, I suppose I didn't follow. I didn't really follow it either. Yeah, no, not asking to put out your ass. That sounds terrible. But yeah, he's a bad guy. That's no doubt. But there was enough doubt provided by the defense, and not really enough evidence provided by the state. They They just proved he was a weirdo. They didn't prove he did something. They didn't prove RICO is a criminal organization. That's not what they proved. They proved a freaky party goer. And they overcharged for the evidence they had, but I don't think they overcharged for the reality of the situation. I just think somebody made a call that evidence was never going to be presented. But that's neither here nor there. Let's take a Diddy break with this Crush type beat by Zombie Man here on VW Casual. All right. That's a Crush type beat. Sorry about all the crazy visuals. We were on the wrong link for a while. Sorry to hear about the surgery. Bullshit sounds unpleasant to say the least. I actually like that beat. It seems like people in the chat. Yeah, definitely 90s rave. 90s, early aughts at the latest type rave type shit. I fucks with it. Fucks with it. Have a, I don't know what that is. That's tough work, man. Oh, you got a struggling demo. All right, let's check this out as well. Here on VW Casual. All right. Struggling demo. Well, I'll admit it's not my favorite, but if you just switch the drums out, I think that could be a lot better of a beat, just pretty much as is. Just switching the drum samples. That's what I really think, man. So you usually make it. He says it's like FPS running gun music. You usually play FPS games if you make it. There you go. But can't wait for your Rico case. Don't get a Rico case. I mean, yeah, I'm not necessarily great in the mixes. I mean, I can't mix shit myself. A semi truck of Dr. Pepper. Gotta go to Utah. No, Dr. Pepper off the ground. Layoffs have been crazy. Microsoft 9,000 layoffs. Oh boy. I tried to do the tech bro thing, but maybe it's best that it didn't happen. One more, you gotta hop off tonight. All right, man. Appreciate you being here at all. Except commentary. But yeah, just listen, there's always something to be said about just if somebody said to MF Doom, hey, all this shit sounds terribly mixed. You're like, yeah, man, I'm just made with a tape recorder and an MPC and a cheap sampler on top of it, and that's it. And then, so it's just like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to say, this is just my thing. You can say, you know what, no, I'm going to keep it what it is and then make something new. You know what I'm saying? I just think you just change the drum sounds. You can keep the same patterns. Just mainly even that kick, and then mix everything a little bit. But I hate telling somebody to mix because I can't fucking mix. Everybody I know on earth mix better than me. And then you don't know what you're gonna do with this link. But I mean, just if you can change that kick, that big beat just change over. But I mean, again, it could just be what it is. And then we always got licensing and syncs, and they sometimes want something that's not as heavy, and they might want exactly that as is. Don't change shit. So that's another reason I don't want to tell nobody shit. I mean, yeah, they are going to switch to AI with a lot of that, like background music and that type of shit, depending on how that legally goes, because we're seeing some legal shit with that AI and copyright. We'll see how that shit goes. They rule in favor of the copywriters, they might still need us. So we'll see about that. Anyways, this is the 4 Lakes demo. And Zombie Man. Zombie on the fucking beat. 4 Lakes demo. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I'm not great in the mix. There was definitely a lot of distortion with the guitars. Not just the distorted guitars, even the acoustic one sound kind of over compressed. And then I'm not that fond of the distorted sound because it sounds very, this is not a real guitar. Then again, sometimes that is the sound, but I thought it was a pretty cool beat. I thought it was cool. And what it did reminded me, I like the intro and the outro. I like the mellow with the bass. We missed Dempsey. He's been going through a lot. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Criticism helps you get better, man. You're pretty good. So and plus I can't really criticize mixes. I'm too bad at mixing. I can criticize compositions. And I like that one. I like that. And it reminded me I need to get you some guitar loops because I need to just play myself with the acoustic for 10 to 15 minutes and come up with a few loops and play a bunch of different chords and stuff, and then same thing with electric and some effects and just send them to you just like, here you go. You had asked about that. Well, I played one little song that had little guitars over it, and you're like, hey, can I have that? I'm like, man, I'll just send you some loops. And I haven't done it yet, so I will. I'm going to just do it, just like here. And then you can do with them whatever you want. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Thought it was cool. And I got all your loops. Yeah, I thought it's a cool arrangement, kind of the mellow guitars. Pretty good stuff. It's weird. I have this screen up on different things and it's showing different stuff. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Fizz. Send you fake guitars. Oh, I thought you wanted, because the guitars I was using, I was actually playing and just using. I was using the fake effects. Well, I just play it directly in, and then they just use the amp sims. I was using the amp sims. I do have an amp. I don't feel like miking it though. And I've never really mic'd amps. I almost wish I didn't pay for this, but I did, so I got it. I mean, I was cool with the small amp, but I got a big amp that I barely use. It does work, but I don't want to sell it either. So here I am. In any event, because I feel like I'm not gonna, whatever I do to my, like I'll sell. It would be the first thing I sell if I absolutely have to, but it's not something to sell just to sell because I don't know what I would do with the money. So sometimes on Discord, but it does exist. Yeah, I'm on it. So if you wanted to send a message to me, you could do that. But yeah, I just use amp sims, so I can send you. So I mean, they still sound kind of, even though I like the way amp sims sound, there's still something that's not quite authentic. And not 100%. And again, appreciate you being here, Fizz. We already rambled about Diddy. That was we just had a Zombie Main palette cleanser after that. And then here we are. I'm somewhat of a Tigers fan. Shout out to Scoble, or Scooble, always mess his name up. I know we're doing pretty good this year. Use Serum too. I got sounds for days. But I mean, I guess I could get Serum. Astros catching up. Yeah, Astros is having a good season. I actually watch a decent amount of Astros games because there's a channel that just has condensed games on it, and they condense the game to about 15 minutes. So they post every day pretty much. So I watch those. It's the second songs, FPS, background music. Shit, that GoldenEye music from back in the day has become iconic. Send link for it. All right. I appreciate it. I ain't gonna say no. I need to learn how to mix. I'm good. That's my thing. I have to figure out mixing at a better level. Hopefully I can get to the point where I can pay somebody to mix it. But I can't. I just gotta do the best I can and hope for the best. I'm not even good at fighting games, Fizz. I'm good at no games. But I just like playing them anyway. If I play, I kind of have wanted to. I haven't played that Clear Obscure game again, but I actually have wanted to. I just been, I don't know. I'm either working or sleeping, and so I haven't been playing the games as much, and I haven't been streaming games as much, because so streaming games and just playing games by yourself are totally different things. Like I have streamed Tekken a lot, talking about fighting games, but like sometimes even that is stressful because it's hard to constantly. All right, I got to come up with a conversation and entertain people, and it's like and so I kind of want games that are somewhat mindless. Like I don't want games that are too like I've been able to do like the Batman and the Spider-Man games. Those are and like beat 'em up style games. Like I would constantly do Streets of Rage, and maybe I can do some retro style games sometimes. But even some of them, I remember I did Shovel Knight. That didn't feel great, even though it wasn't that hard. It just I don't know what it was. It just felt off. I'm like, okay. So it's to me, finding a game that I like to stream can be difficult. I kind of wanted to go back to Final Fantasy VII, but I don't know how much people like that either. I know you want me to do New Vegas, which I don't know. I guess eventually I am going to try. I just haven't wanted to like. One time it's like I was going to, and then I whatever I messed it up. So I was like, okay. I'll try this again later. I was like, that was the time, so I gotta wait till I feel like it, because I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't know. I just don't feel like the putting forth a ton of effort thinking and trying to stream at once and learning something in streaming is also can be difficult and unfun. So maybe maybe I should learn it off camera. And just be mid build or early middle of it. You say Halo 3, ODST, Spider-Man destroyed the whole. Yeah, Spider-Man did. Hey, Jamalema, yeah, but we destroyed the whole city of Spider-Man. There are games that provide different stuff to react to. Fallout New Vegas definitely that. Game is always story. See, that's not. But that's the thing. That's like, it's not just to react to. If I'm just like stressed out. Where I'm trying to stream and figure things out. It's just got to be a right balance. It's hard to describe. I'm not that good of a streamer, so when I'm not even slightly out of my element, it just it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Sometimes I'm able to play it off, thank the Most High. Sometimes I'm not, but thought playing Pokemon. I tried Pal World, and I tried that for a few days. That's as close as I got. And like I don't even know what the most modern Pokemon is. When I think of Pokemon, I still think of shout out to Retro Richard because he'll play Game Boy games. I'm still thinking of Game Boy Pokemon because that was Pokemon when I was growing up. Was that? You know what I mean? So if there is, I don't even know what the modern Pokemon is. Let's get what I'm saying. It's just like I'm not that great of a streamer, like I said. I mean, there's a reason I don't have 7,000 or 70,000, whatever number I was saying either. You know what I mean? I'm not that great. So when I get knocked off my element, and then if a game's too hard, or if it's not hard enough to where it's entertaining, like Spider-Man, as much as there's a lot to dislike, it's just a perfect type. And maybe that same with Batman. So maybe it's just that third person action game. But then I felt like Wukong was too much. And you know what? I thought Whatchamacallit was okay. Liza P I had fun with, which I should have just bought, but I did the Xbox thing and didn't finish it. Spider-Man was fun to make fun of. Play the old ones. Play Fire Red. I could play the old one because it would be like me playing it again for the first time. It's been so long. I've forgotten everything about Pokemon. Everything. Liza Pussy. Liza P was fun. I didn't get that far, but the combat was fun. It could be stressful. It could be annoying, but it could be it didn't feel as overwhelming as Wukong did. Where Lies of P regular enemies could be a little tougher, but the bosses were a lot fairer. With Wukong, it just felt like I gotta constantly move, and it's like I'm just not. I don't have the reflexes for this. Lies of P, most of the stuff had a tail, and as long as I could react to the tail properly and memorize, I could get along, even if it was high risk, high reward for each attack. Either way, haven't played games since God of War on PS3. See, I mean, I thought about maybe God of War, giving that a try because it's a third person. Like maybe that's the style that works for me best and can entertain the people best. Is a third person action style game that's difficult but not too difficult. That's doable. Wukong was too much for me. It was fun at times. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just, and I may, who knows? Maybe I should give that another try. Yeah, I like third person. Little Nightmares. I heard of that. I don't remember much about it. But I did hear about it, I think, unless I'm thinking of a different game. Let's Google. Put it in the Google machine. Mysterious with Little Nightmares journey. A 600 little girl must escape the mall. Huh. I think I did listen. It's a Little Nightmares 3? Okay, so there's been a few of these. It's a puzzle platform. Horror. Oh, so they've been cranking these hoes out. So they already got up to 3. They've been doing this since 2017, 2018. See, I've heard of it. I'm not that familiar with the series, though. Like I said, I didn't know they already had 3 of them. But I was like, okay, that sounds familiar. So they've been, between 2018 and 2021, they cranked out 3. That's crazy. So they was cranking these hoes out. Not even a horror platform you play as a little girl. Okay. Maybe. City Builder, where you're building. I'm not sure. Send me a friend request. I'll check it out after the stream. I watched people playing Repo and Leon's last night. I'll figure something out. I can always go back to like retro stuff, worst case scenario. Because that'll be simpler, and then I can like sometimes mash in a bunch of games. Yeah, because I got like a ton of retro stuff. So next time I feel like doing a game stream. But I probably should, I know when I tried to play Wukong launch night, that didn't help. I mean, part of it was the install sucked, but even still, it wasn't like a lot of people showed up to watch me play Wukong. So, I don't know. Definitely could have, I don't know. If it was more of a turnout, I would feel like playing modern games means something. Thank you again, Boosh, for being a member. That's cool. I wish I right now, I mean, I tried doing a member stream. We can maybe do that again. If you guys want to, maybe in a few weeks we can do that. It might be a Monday or a Tuesday. Yeah, I could try to schedule. Maybe on a Monday or two. We'll see, because so my schedule is going to change. It might even be the week everything switches over. So we'll, depending on how that works out schedule wise. So yeah, we'll probably, since it's in demand, we'll do a member stream. And by member, I mean we'll probably start off with members, and then if anybody wants to join after a while, we'll probably just open it up to everybody. If that's cool. But it's just, because you guys do like it, I also got to provide stuff for you guys. But like, at least I can all right, I can go in and prep, and then all right, just know not to say much and just let you guys do the work. Share this link. Yeah, I'll share a link. Oh Jesus, I think I may have seen it. Let's see. Hold on. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. I still don't like the way AI looks. It just still looks off to me. I don't know. Maybe we'll be nostalgic for 50 years. Like, remember that early AI, how that looked? Remember how the early AI looked? It was just such a vibe, man. Things aren't as good as that was. They're all bad now. Those are the good old days. That's what we do. We go back and every other time was the good old days, even if it's fucked up too. We forget all the fucked up parts. Because we've gotten so much more fucked up that they don't seem as fucked up by comparison, but we were pissed then. But that's just how it works. And that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. This whole universe is Little Nightmares thing. See, maybe I wonder how much it is on Steam. If it's like $50, man, blow me. Fuck. Let's see. I guess they are having a sale, so hopefully it's... Oh, it's only a couple bucks. Oh, Little Nightmares 2 is only a couple bucks. Oh, what the fuck? Little Nightmares itself, $20. Little Nightmares 2, $3.90. No, $2.99. Huge drop off. But then 3 is like $40. Oh, it's not even out yet. 3's coming out later this year. So why is Little Nightmares 2 just like for the low? It makes it look like it's not a good game. So maybe. Even though I'm not a big horror guy, we'll do Little Nightmares. So, to quote Cody Rose, what else do y'all want to talk about? I shudder to think. I shudder to ask y'all. Because I'm, Halo's like 5. I know I've seen New Vegas. I just explained it. I just explained that every game is not compatible with me streaming. And a lot of times I won't know until we actually play. But a lot of times it's not, because it has to be low maintenance enough for me to do and not think about. You know what I'm saying? The Rice was always, I don't know what happened with them because I stopped following the stuff because I can barely follow my own life. So, but those things was always AstroTurf. I know Walmart was paying for them, amongst others. So they probably did just, I don't know. And then there's always, most of it was AstroTurf. Most of those were people who were paid to act crazy. I did a video about it before it calmed down because it was obvious what that shit was. You like them? Oh man, thanks. I don't know if anyone liked them. We got one tomorrow. It'll be one tomorrow, one Friday. It'll protest randomly stock because it was just like, all right, it's over. Everyone just go home. That's why I bought stock in Palantir. Fuck it. I can't stop. If I figured they're probably gonna be down now because of the little protests. People get a little mad at them. People get pissy, and then it'll probably go up in a few months. I know enough fucking politicians are Palantir. I'm gonna just try to buy more if it dips. And Palantir, for those who don't know, is a company who's what do they do? They do something with AI and profiling people, and I know they had something to do with the fucking protest or deporting people. I think. Let me stop talking shit because I think because a stockholder, doesn't it mean shit if I talk shit? Everything I say is alleged because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's just read their Wikipedia. They're a publicly traded company. They have 4 projects: Palantir Gotham, Palantir Foundry, Palantir Apollo, Palantir AIP. Gotham is intelligence defense tool used by military and counterterrorism analysis. Let's also bring it up so y'all can see this shit as well. How about that? I'm just reading off their Wikipedia. Of course, they call it Gotham because that's what they want to turn the shit into, allegedly. Their software as service, one of 5 offerings for mission critical national security. So their security tech outfit ran by Peter Thiel, or where he's involved with it. He is one of the founders and chairman. And they have a lot of government contracts because that's what the PayPal mafia is good at. And you know, if you would have told me, hey, it's 2005, or some early 2000s, get a bunch of stock in Halliburton. They're going to be evil, but they're going to make a lot of money. Get stock in them. Because you're not going to be able to change anything. You're not going to be able to change shit. So you just buy stock now. That's the, I'm not going to say more. Let's stay legal free for the future. Exactly. Globalist, CIA, Mossad, what could go wrong? Thiel's worth $20.9 billion. Yeah. What's our Palantir social credit score? I don't know. I'm probably not going to have the highest social credit score of all there. But I will be getting more of that stock as much as I can. The seeing eye spread for Sarah. That was a more elegant way of putting it. Buy more politicians, do what now? Yes, Thiel, yep. Or Thiel. I say Thiel, but it's Thiel, whatever it is. Yeah, they're spying on people. They had a role in a lot of these deportations, but they're military tech. I mean, just anything you think of military tech. They start to go to the DC, they like a Star Labs type or a LexCorp type motherfuckers. That type shit. Also, no one cares about ICE. Shows how America thinks Hispanics. Yet every Hispanic is illegal in America, according to other Americans. I guess. I don't know. Palantirs and Lord of the Rings were for evil spy. That's crazy that they named it after that. Media once and worry about Trump. Yeah, Alyssa just said that. Yeah. I'm sorry if I missed it. But yeah, I figured why you can't stop them. Why they're attacking ICE? Oh yeah, I saw something in New York yesterday. They were attacking ICE. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the media really told a lot of people that ICE were the bad guy. Again, there's people funding these AstroTurf ass protests. I forgot about that. I'm glad you guys said it. Trump cut spending in Palantirs and losing money. That's a no. They'll get their money back long term. I'd be shocked if they don't long term. I would be absolutely shocked. We'll see. I ain't got that. We'll see. That's why I feel like I'm buying the dip. I want to buy. Their stock is down right now. That's part of the thing. Like, I feel like long term they'll be okay. They'll just buy the dip, and once it gets serious, then I'll be all right. What if they made a rule that the Riders had to attend WNBA games and do it there? I mean, shit, they probably had as many people that are actual fans of the WNBA with as many people riding. They just kept moving the motherfuckers around. Leftist media, the enemy of the people. They want chaos and terror and will lie to make it happen. I'll definitely encourage it. These me-bound fans. Yeah, I mean, I think, that was a lot of that stuff. They literally hire people. They do a bunch of crazy shit. If something happens, they get jailed, they get out. They send them motherfuckers right back to the next city. And then sometimes I'm not saying they convince no regular people. And then it has nothing. Some motherfuckers just show up just to see what the fuck's going on. It becomes, let's just go see the protest. They had shit over here. We're about to go to that shit. But some people want to feel like they're a part of people want to be a part of PSYOP, so they you can come down and be a part of PSYOP and then some of those people get turned out by the just the frenzy, and then they start doing dumb shit too. So I'm not acting like that. That no normal human did something dumb. That'd be crazy. I ain't gonna say that. They say, oh, it's an opportunity to hit up these stores. Yeah, that happens too. And that's by design too. They know they know people gonna either want to be seen, want to stream it on TikTok or some shit, or they gonna want to start stealing shit. So they know enough normies is gonna show up just to make it look crazier than what it really is. And they know they can get some of the normies to jump in and do some stupid shit too. But it's mainly a small group of provocateurs in each space and a bunch of marketing. And then that's how you can do it. They added something to the new bill that affects gambling and fantasy sports. Did they? USAID is officially what's left rolled into the State Department. I don't watch the news. I wouldn't know none of this before you guys. I'm not, you know what I mean? That's why this, even for the next few months, is a sports channel, basically. Sports and music. Cause I know we talk about it. That's the channel started in the political space. So, and then things happen, right? You know, when I felt like, okay, the Iran stuff I got to talk about, even though that was, you know, I saw somebody say that was a whole bunch of stage shit, and it's better off that it is. Like, you know how much worse it would be if all this was not theater. I'm like, man, that's even more fucked up to think about. But whatever ever happened with that, you know, I just could care. I got so much stuff on my own plate that if I don't get this shit right, you know what I'm saying? I can't really consider a lot of this stuff unless it's on stream. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of that bill either. Exempts AI companies from local zoning laws. Really? I heard they're not the best places to be around because of all the water and all the resources they take up. Oh, man, that's not good. That's not good at all. The big, beautiful bill that Trump, did that pass? I know it of its existence. It's some super bill with a bunch of stuff in it. I've seen nothing but terror stuff about AI companies. These computers need so much water and so much resources, and we all look at the internet as like a screen, but there's like servers doing all of this work, and they take resources to run, they take energy to run, they take water to cool, they take all sorts of resources, and they can really fuck up a community they're around. Yeah, he's like, what's a zoning law? USA was plausible deniability for the CIA. So much corruption in the contracts. It went to reconciliation. Okay, so it's not been passed. So yeah, the world's a fucked up place, but it could be a beautiful place too. We still gotta I'm trying to listen. I got some positive things going, and I have a lot of personal challenges I have to step up for. Right, yeah. One of them is my health. Shit, we were just talking about that. In my head, I've been delaying like, I'm going to get healthy first, then go to see a doctor. Well, one, I haven't done that. Two, now I waited to the point where, like I said, I'm switching jobs, which is a blessing to do. A lot of people are losing jobs. I was able to get one. But with that process, it's going to take a little while. So, okay, I got to use the next few months to really try to the best of my ability. And then I got other stuff I'm trying to do, plus, do a new job. And then, sometimes I stream. I maybe I do have a little bit of arrogance to stream. I feel like, I can get through an hour and a half, no matter what. Even if I have no subject, I can bullshit and we can get through an hour and a half. That's my thought. Yeah, he's in Houston too. I'm scared. I hope you don't actually know who I am or see. Like I want to you might be able to recognize me. I'm not. Just because I wear a mask. I don't. It's not a comic book. I've been on screen enough, so if you remember it. Read some of the Medicaid stuff, didn't seem that bad, but in the work requirements, this is wild. Oh, listen, I didn't mind some of the work stuff for some of that stuff. I get that, there's going to be certain people, which I didn't read. I didn't read the specific bills. I think one of these days I did go over like the different pieces of it, but I didn't, to go through that whole thing. That would be a multi-stream thing. I wouldn't do that unless I had like an attorney present to decipher that. Or somebody that was like really well versed on federal law, and I'm not that big to be able to spring for somebody like that. Anyway, that would be cool. If I was a political channel and I had the resources to bring somebody in that could really decipher that, and you could do a multi-day. You could do that all day. You could have been doing it since they launched it, and if they change it, just constantly talking about the bill. You could just literally talk about the bill every day on stream. And break it down to the people with just breaking down the information, and that'd be something to get streamed. So for the streamers out there who's like, I want to do something, just break down that bill day by day by day by day. It take forever, Yeah, see, I figured you know where I live, so I'm like, man, what if you just be out here? And you're like, man, I bet you that's him. I feel like I wouldn't be that hard to find. Thought they were going to go to Iran and put war funding into the spending bill. They're not just throwing people on Medicaid, though, unless you're a legal migrant not working at all. Or one trans. Yeah, so it's like, I can live with it. You can drive. See, that's the I don't know. Houston's a big, small place, right? I've been saying this for one bill per issue, all this omnibus stuff. That what makes it complicated. And they've been doing that, they always do that. Both parties do that shit. That we'll put 1 trillion things in on it. Yeah, but you could, I don't know. But we all don't sound the same. If I start talking, because it's not, I don't have a southern, I have a Midwestern accent that's a little more southern than it used to be. But it's not. I don't have a Texas accent, so I'm like, though there's a lot of transplants in Houston, so that doesn't mean anything. Not everybody has a Texas accent. Probably looked out my office window at your neighborhood before. I don't know. Because I'm not. Well, I don't want to dox myself any further. And then I'd be worried about sometimes the advertisements will be putting shit that's near, like I would like go on a not channel, but go on a website, reading an article or something, and they'll put car dealerships that's near me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Could y'all not do this, bro? But no, I'm not. There are office buildings around here, but there's office buildings everywhere. But Einstein's Arcade. I think one of y'all told me about that place. That'd be cool to go to. I do need to try to get out. I've been saying that, but I just don't. Actually, it might be a little bit more difficult when my schedule change. Last off was so high in the Galleria. Oh, man. So you can see everything. See towers in the Woodlands. Jesus. Out your window 25 miles away. Holy smokes. That is pretty far. Maybe you could. Who knows? Yeah. I hate driving in Houston, man. I have gotten more Ubers, and Ubers ain't cheap, but it's just like, I just hate driving. So if I can Uber it and I can afford it, I just Uber. So you don't have long. You see a lot from 60 stories up. You probably can. Probably can. Man, don't say it like you don't have nothing long. You see something about the surgery. I hope everything goes away. It does sound comfortable as hell. But no, you're gonna be here for a minute. But who knows? Maybe one of these days we do a meetup or something. I feel like I guess I don't know. I met Matt. I met 24. I met anybody else? I didn't meet Loki. I probably could have, or I probably still could if I really tried to. So I have met some people offline. I'm not, I don't know. I don't know. Watch George Bush funeral procession all the way from church to the airport while I leave your office. Oh, man. Loki's like 3 miles from you? Okay. Yeah, I haven't met. I know there's a lot of people in Houston. Yeah, he seems to be super high. I mean, yeah, you probably could see everything. All the Houston from all that up that high. I did see that Jim Shooter passed away, Fizz. Rest in peace to Jim Shooter. Great comic book. Was he an artist or writer or both? Oh man. That's what happens when you're casual at everything. Kind of like, man, writer and editor. All right, I wanted to say writer, but I know he was involved with comics. A lot of the golden and silver era, I guess. So I heard the name. I knew of him. Hey, I'm no expert, obviously. But rest in peace to Jim Shooter. Rest in peace. I'm looking at his Wikipedia. I guess I can show it. Kind of go through. Because, I always talk about how, we don't have great artists. Whenever a really elite creative who, we look out, I mean, if you just look at how big comics ended up getting after, and how, guys like this who have a lot of involvement in a lot of stories, they end up being like incredibly influential over culture. So he was born in Pittsburgh, Polish, read comics, started when he was 8 years old. Interest in medium was rekindled in 1963 when he was 12. Recovered in the hospital after undergoing surgery and was impressed with Marvel, which only had began publication a couple years earlier. I think if he learned to write the stories that Marvel published, he would be an asset to DC, who he felt needed the help. He spent about a year reading and studying comics for both companies. At age 13, he wrote and drew stories featuring the Legion of Superheroes and sent them into DC Comics. He received a phone call from editor Mort Weislinger, who wanted to purchase the stories Shooter sent, and commissioned Shooter to write Supergirl and Superman stories. Eventually, he just, as a kid, sent in stories and it worked. Weislinger eventually offered Shooter a regular position on Legion and wanted Shooter to come to New York to spend a couple days in the office. He was 14, lived in Pittsburgh, had to wait till school was in recess. Then he went to New York with his mother, spurred in by the partner need to financially support his family. His father earned little as a steel worker, and he saw comic book writing as a means of helping out economically. Man, this is an incredible story. This is what he said in a 2010 interview. He said, my family needed the money. I was doing this to save the house. My father had a beat up old car. The engine died. This is before I started working at DC. That first check bought a rebuilt engine for his car so he didn't have to walk to work no more. I was doing this because I had to work my way through high school and keep my family alive. Wow, he was grinding out in these streets, literally writing to help pay his family's bills at 14. So he was selling stories to DC Comics for Action Comics and Adventure Comics, starting with Adventure Comics 346 in 1966, and providing pencil breakdowns as well, with considerable study of the writing style of DC and the recently rising Marvel Comics. Shooter created several characters for the Legion of Superheroes that benefited by him being one of the few writers at DC to understand the competitor's successful character-based narrative approach. This included the Legionnaires, Karate Kid, Pharaoh Lad, Princess Projecta, as well as the villainous group known as the Fatal Five. He also created Superman villain Parasite. Wow. A villain I think they need to use more. I'm not sure if they'll ever use him in live action, but he would be a awesome one. Apparently they used him for one of these like movies though. recently. Action Comics 340, also in 66. Artist Kurt Swan devised the first race between the Flash and Superman, Shooter, and Kurt Swan. Characters both known for the superhuman speed. And Superman's race with the Flash back in 67. So, man, as a teenager, he's writing iconic stories and elements to these stories that would go on for years and years. He wrote the first issue of Captain Action, which was DC's first toy tie-in. He was accepted to NYU after graduating high school. He applied for a job at Marvel, unable to pursue his studies and work for Marvel. He decided against going to college, quit working for DC as well. While at Marvel, he worked as an editor and occasional co-plotter. So he's living at a YMCA. After 3 weeks, Shooter gave up the post and then returned to Pittsburgh. After leaving Marvel, he took up work at Advertising Concepts, illustration for several years, supporting himself through several medial jobs during periods where advertising work was unavailable. Wow. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just reading that is incredible. And it just said he died of esophageal cancer. Obviously just a few days ago, June 30th. Wow. This is kind of an inspiring story. Really, I mean, yeah, a lot, lucky they bought his stories, but literally supporting his family. Yes, yeah, really some American Dream type shit. He was an artist too, and Marvel's chief, and we didn't get that far in the story. Oh man, see the big green building downtown, Wells Fargo building, that was your other office. Oh man. So yeah, he was both. Yeah. It's time to watch Jada Higgins run. I haven't been watching. Cause are they doing camps again? I thought when is start? A training camp start. Isn't it like in a couple weeks? It's a rags to go, rags Dubai dream. Yeah, that was American Dream. Filed sling papers on the street corner, got a law degree, became a corporate attorney, helped solidify the Glass-Steagall Act. Oh wow. Served in WW2 as an officer of the Coast Guard. Holy smokes. Got a home, filed the wife, had 3 kids. Your father was one of them. Yeah, some people like really went at it, at life. You know what I mean? Like they had lived crazy lives. Like they did everything. So they're gonna get Loki chill at Brandon's places. That's it, Brandon's place. I'll be nervous. Legitimately, I would be nervous. So maybe we'll see. Let's do maybe. Let's get a maybe. I don't want to say. No, it's just 3 weeks. So I don't know what that was. But yeah, that's an incredible story. Rest in peace to Jim Shooter. Oh yeah, you do have some. I have heard some of your stories. Yeah, that's some other. I don't want to get clapped because some classified stuff or you're not supposed to tell us. Like just keep not telling us because I know you. You dated somebody in the intelligence agency something, but we don't want to. I don't want to. I'm happy. Not many of our generation can live up to what your grandfather did. Yeah, I would agree. All right, peace out, Jamma. Peace out. So Irish got spit on the streets, man. Yeah, that's crazy. 1 confirmed. 3. Possibly. Okay. And then 3 weeks was for the with training camp. All right. Well, I always try to get to hour and a half is like my goal ish, and we're about hour 20 in. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I know it's a little early, ducking out early, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. Better early than late. I probably will start. Because I'm off. I'm probably try to stream during the day for July 4th to do something a little different. Because I'm off. I'm not. I don't plan on doing anything outside of maybe music. One of your girlfriends had a master's from the University of Moscow. You were like Austin Powers or some shit. In any event, all right, Fizz is getting out of here. We're getting out of here. I appreciate everybody watching. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. So if you like the video, please like the video. And yep, I appreciate you hitting me up on Discord. I'll accept the request. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.